Presented by Kia, proud partner of the Phoenix Suns. Give it everything. 2006 Western Conference semifinals. Game 5 in Phoenix against the LA Clippers with the series tied at 2-2. Joining us
earlier going to be on Steve Nash. 6 for 20 over the last couple ball games. The three-point shooting of the Phoenix Suns has gone south in the last couple games. 10 of 36 in Game 4. So will Nash look to score early, and can the Suns find their shooting eye?
Yeah, and the first time the Los Angeles Clippers have won the tip in this series, this second-round series. Clippers are here winning in 5 over Denver. Suns are here winning in 7 over the Los Angeles Lakers. This is Elton Brand. Rebound by Marion.
Look for Nash maybe early to pull up and take some quick shots just to get himself in this game. They've done a great job double-teaming him off all those screen rolls, forcing him to give the ball up.
Diaw to Marion.
That's the play they like to use to start the game. They really look for a lob on that play from Marion. He got it in Game 2, but Mike Dunleavy has made his team so aware of those lob passes to Sean Marion.
No inside to Corey Maggette. There's the difference with the 7-footer Kaman inside the lane.
Well, see, he had to come over and double team to help Steve Nash down there against Maggette. Nobody to block out against Kaman, so look for him to have a field night on those offensive boards.
Bell coming off a 33-point performance, many of which were threes. Here's a 2-point shot.
Every Clipper I read in the articles today, they all said, we have got to make him put the ball on the floor and dribble it and get off that three-point line. They did a good job there, but he's in a terrific rhythm right now.
A lot of times they had guys in his face when he was shooting as well.
Absolutely, but man, if it weren't for him, there were 3 for 24 from the three-point line the other night, other than Bell. There's that post up again from Maggette, knocked loose by Nash.
And here comes Sean Marion with Thomas at his side.
See, I think one of the things that the Suns are thinking is that they go to Maggette down there a lot on Nash. They're really going away from their strength, which is Elton Brand. So the Clippers have to be very careful not to force that matchup.
Maggette coming off an 18-point, 15-rebound performance on Sunday. Here's Elton Brand, who has had a terrific series, and the shot clock down to 4. Guarded by Tim Thomas. Nash again.
Look for him to take a quick shot here.
Maggette is on Diaw. Good move by Diaw. Poked away by Maggette, and the shot clock at 14.
Well, you could see Nash. He had it. He was going to let that one go, and at the last moment, Cassell closed on his shot.
Well, statistically, when he scores in the first quarter, the Suns have won in this series.
And especially when he gets everybody involved with his passing.
Nash inside. Diaw open for 2.
Like that. Beautiful pass. He might not score, Kevin. Nash might only score 6 or 8 points tonight, but could get 15 or 16 assists.
He had 8 points. That's a nice rejection by Sean Marion inside. Steve Nash had 8 points in Game 4.
This is why Sean Marion is on Sam Cassell. Long arms, wants to block the shots. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. When he got in foul trouble the other night in the third quarter, the minute he sat down, Cassell hit 5 straight field goals.
Thomas is guarding Brand. It is off Thomas. 9:29 to play in the first quarter. These two teams have played 8 games this season. 4 in the regular season, 4 in the playoffs. No team has won 2 straight.
I would say they're pretty evenly matched.
Absolutely. Marion on Cassell for a 3rd consecutive game.
Got to stay down on all his pump fakes. You cannot go for his shot fakes. That's where he gets you.
Kaman with the rebound.
That's why he's in the game. Offensive rebounding. He's just so big inside. That's going to be so critical for the Suns tonight, is being able to not get mashed on the board. Just stay close.
And open Sean Marion for 3. He's only shooting 18% from three-point territory in this series.
Yeah, 3 of 18 now.
Foul on Steve Nash.
Very close to a charge that time. Corey Maggette looked like he lowered his right shoulder. Mike D'Antoni not happy with it.
Doug, your keys tonight.
Well, we talked early about must rebound. Look at this, Kevin. In the wins, they're only getting out rebounded 3 a game. Then the losses, almost 25 rebounds. They got to shoot the 3 better. The last 3 games, 29%. The only guy shooting is Raja Bell, the Clippers. We're going to watch points in the paint, second chance points. You see in the wins combined plus 27. The loss is actually -2. And the turnover story. When you play against the Suns, you can't turn the ball over. And the 2 losses, the Clippers have given up 19 points a game off the turnover.
There's Maggette. Began as a starter tonight. And the other game, game 4, Sunday, taking the place of Quentin Ross. Suns have it.
See, Sean Marion is trying to run out every chance he can get. If Kamen's going to try to match up against him, he's going to try to use his speed at every occasion.
Raja Bell rejected inside by Brand, one of the top playoff shot blockers. Getty trying to go inside.
Make the simple play. You've got a guy double teaming you. Take your time, space the floor. Mike Dunleavy's got to be upset about that. Corey Maggette rushed that play.
As you admitted in the papers today and over the weekend, there's a shot by Thomas from 3. Always a good sign when the Phoenix Suns hit their three-point shot.
Well, he was 2 of 10 in Game 4. He was so good in Game 3. He and Sean Marion combined for 51 points and 33 rebounds, and that went on the road when they only scored 94 points.
On this match, Thomas is guarding Sam Cassell, a screen by Kaman, and a rebound by the hustling Chris Kaman. He's had all kinds of treatment on that sore right shoulder. This is Maggette. Cassell with a good pass inside to Brand.
Points in the paint, point-blank shots, forces the Suns to take the ball out of the basket, slows them down somewhat. Nash weaving himself through, just trying to create shots for his teammates.
Through a crowd as well. Nice rotation. Nash for 3. He has not hit a 3 since Game 1.
Just his last 9 now.
Tino Mobley inside. Rebound by Diallo of the Phoenix Suns. Ahead to Bell.
Well, you can see how quickly the Mobley gets to Nash. They did not want to let him get started here.
A lot of people converging on Nash. Go inside to Marion, picked up by Kaman, who is doing the job on the defensive glass. He's also got 3 offensive rebounds for the Clippers so far.
And he's in there to take up size, try to pound that ball inside. Remember, he loves to play with his left hand down here.
Right hand here. Rebound by Brand. Offensive rebounding was huge in Game 4 for the Clippers.
They had, in Game 4, they had 16 offensive rebounds. Kevin, in the game we were talking about in Game 3, they had 19. So in the 2 wins, they've had 35 offensive rebounds, and multiple shots will wear you down.
And we just saw 4-0 tonight. Bell for 3.
They're not going to stop shooting them. That's the way they're going to play, and they're going to shoot them in bunches, and they're very, very streaky.
They took 36 the other night in Los Angeles. Here's Maggette for 2. Looked up by Steve Nash.
I don't like that shot. I think it's a bailout shot when you've got Steve Nash on you taking that long jump shot.
Nash to the rack, knocked away the defense by Mobley and Maggette. When they break the other way, they can play a speed game, the Clippers. They prefer the half court. Here comes Brand. Diallo and slams it inside.
If they run, they want to run for layups or free throws. They do not want to run for jump shots, whereas Phoenix runs for jump shots. Good start here by the Clippers, though. You take that initial surge, Kevin, and you've actually got the lead now.
And the building is quiet. Nash is screened for Diallo.
They're waiting for the Suns to string together some shots. I remember we had the Laker game in here, Game 5. They were struggling. Tim Thomas hit 2 straight threes that electrified the crowd. They went on to win that game by 17. They're waiting for that shooting eye to return.
Here's Mobley. Those are the first points from the backcourt tonight for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, they had 46 in here in Game 2. He and Cassell combined both had 23 and were fantastic. Also, they're doing a great job rebounding.
Boris Diallo with a good slash with Diallo and Barbosa off the bench have played well. The Phoenix Suns have won, not only in this series, but also in the Lakers series, too. Kaman's presence already felt in this game.
You see Maggette's down there on that post once again, that long jump shot, and there's Kaman talking about it once again. Another offensive rebound, that's 4. He looked over to Mike Dunleavy. He says, get me out of the game. I'm a little tired here as Marion comes right back to the missed layup.
Brand with the rebound. That's his second. Heyman's already collected 5 overall rebounds. Doug just said the 4th on the offensive glass.
I look over Mike Dunleavy like, give me a blow or whatever. I don't think Dunleavy's going to get him out of there.
3 by Cassell. So the 2 guards, Mobley the last possession, Cassell this possession, have hit long-range shots.
Well, you know, it's interesting in this series, they're not shooting as many, but they're shooting 40% from the three-point line. The Clippers, whereas the Suns going in tonight were shooting only 33%.
It's been LA's other team until this year. Sure, there have been a few, like Billy Crystal has been a Clipper fan since he moved from New York. Penny Marshall has tickets for both but prefers the Clippers. And Clipper Darrell, who never misses a game, home or away. But look who's changed colors. Who has jumped ship, hopped on the bandwagon. It's the Lakers' #1 fan, Jack Nicholson. Jack boarded a private jet by James Brooks, the Academy Award-winning writer and director, who reminded Jack that the only team playing in LA is the Clippers, and that he should jump on the bandwagon as long as there's still room. Clipper Nation expanding its borders. What are you doing here anyway? Who are you rooting for?
I came up here in case Charles tried to get tough with my man Kobe at halftime.
Lakers still your team? Kobe still your man?
Forever.
Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Great job. Thank you. It's Nash handing off to Sean Marion inside the lane.
And if the Clippers win tonight, it'll be as good as it gets to the sequel. You see the director over there, James Brooks, along with the tremendous Jack Nicholson. So the Clippers right now, a lot of fans around this country have come to love this team, and they've changed the losing culture and are a terrific team to watch.
Couple substitutions by both teams. Sean Livingston has come in for the Los Angeles Clippers. Barbosa has come in for the Phoenix Suns. Brand, Mobley, shot clock down to 6. Radmanovic has come in for the Clippers as well. Marion, the rebound. Tim Thomas, an open 3.
Well, that's when they get you. When they can push the ball up off a made or missed field goal off a rebound. Now the Clippers are trying to get what you call cross match, because the guys that are guarding them, they're not guarding, and they're trying to get to in the open court. It's so hard to do.
Brand against Thomas. Another offensive rebound for Brand. Another offensive rebound for the Los Angeles Clippers. And Thomas picks up a foul. Number 1 on him.
Well, look at these numbers right here in the wins. Almost 52 points a game in the paint, 44 in the losses. So there's an 8-point difference. Look at the offensive rebounds. 18 a game in the wins, only 9 in the losses. And then you see the second chance points. So that's an area we're going to watch all night. Already, the Clippers have 6 offensive rebounds. And if Elton Brand makes this free throw, they'll have 10 second chance points. It'll be 10-0 second chance points, and there'll be 12-2 points in the paint.
We know about Brand's scoring. We know about his rebounding. What about his passing?
Well, he's had 8 assists the last 2 games, so he's reading those double teams. And you throw the ball in the post, you take your time, and if they double team, somebody's going to get the shot, and you're going to get a lot of offensive rebounds.
Thomas across the lane, knocked away by Brand. His second block shot of the game. Bell gets it back.
See what turnovers lead to, though, when you play the Suns. You cannot turn the ball over.
You pinpointed Sean Marion tonight, Doug, in 9 minutes, 4 of 6 from the field and 8 points. Cassell.
What I tell you about, you cannot leave your feet on that pump fake. The question's going to be, does Sam Cassell lean in on this play?
Of course he did.
And does Tim Thomas break the plane of verticality?
Sam Cassell coming off a 28-point, 11 rebound, 9 assist game Sunday in L.A. The last 2 games he has been, well, you can see a difference of night and day.
Well, game 3 was the first time that he played against Sean Marion. He said he wasn't aggressive enough. In game 4, interestingly, you see the 9 for 20 field goals. 5 of those came after Marion got in foul trouble in the 3rd quarter. That's why Mike D'Antoni told him before the game, I've got to keep Marion on the floor against Cassell.
Nash is out, taking a breather. Barbosa inside to Marion. James Jones has come in for the Phoenix Suns. Clippers get their first foul of the game. Comes with 2:25 to play in the first quarter. It's on Radmanovic, who is tagged with his first of the game. At the free throw line will be Sean Marion. What about the rebounding of the Clipper guards, Doug? I know that has been an area that you've been very impressed with.
Well, you know, you just take their starting guards the other day. Sam Cassell had 11. Mobley had 8, so 19 there. You take Sean Livingston had 5. Ross had 4. And if you throw in Corey Maggette as a perimeter player, he had 15 defensive rebounds. So even when the Clippers went small, their small players were banging the boards, especially that offensive board where they picked up 16 offensive rebounds. So the Suns guards have to get back and help with the rebound.
Livingston to Radmanovic, 3. Had those 4 consecutive three-point shots a couple games ago, which were key in getting the Clippers back in it. Here comes Bell the other way for the Phoenix Suns. Bell so far has 2 in 10 minutes. Barbosa, his three-point shooting has been just a little so-so. There's Dion, Marion, Jones. Shot clock is down to 4.
Well, they really could use James Jones to make a few shots. He has really struggled in this series. Hadn't had a lot of playing time, Kevin, but he's won for his last 12 shots in the last 3 games.
Brand the pass to Livingston. Another assist for Elton Brand, who drew the double team outside the lane.
See, when you can throw that ball in the post and get a double team, you get teams scrambling, you get open shots, and then you get offensive rebounds. Plus, you lose block-out position. You're not blocking a man out now. You're almost playing a zone. And that's really hurt the Suns, all the double teaming they have to do.
Barbosa to Marion. Well, you picked the right one, Doug, because you said Shawn Marion is a key, 12 points in 11 minutes.
Well, he's a guy, if you're going to play all that kind of respect to Steve Nash and double team him and take his scoring out, Shawn Marion has to pick up the pace. Well, Raja Bell has been terrific. Diaw was great the other day.
And again with a great fake, and Elton Brand has played 11 minutes. He's got, in the game now, 10 points, make it 8 points. Barbosa. Both teams have a foul to give in the final 33 seconds of the first quarter. Gasol to Brand. See if he draws the double here. He does with Barbosa. Radmanovic, they're rotating up. That's a second consecutive 3 by Vlade Radmanovic.
Well, James Jones cannot leave Radmanovic. He's got to stay with him and make Shaun Livingston shoot the ball. Shaun Livingston's not going to shoot that ball out there. So you have to understand in your defensive schemes who you're leaving and who you're going to. That's twice James Jones has done that. Radmanovic has caught and shot and knocked down both threes. And in this series going into today, he was 8 of 16 from the three-point line. But watch this now. You go to James Jones leaves and then tries to get back. There's no need to rotate to Shaun Livingston. 2 three-pointers in a row. Now you got Vlade Radmanovic in a rhythm coming in off the bench, which bodes very, very well for the Clippers.
You talk about the bench. So far, it has made a difference in this game. In the series, it has not been as prominent as some people thought, but tonight already a Clipper lead there.
Well, both teams have changed their starting lineups, so the benches have been, sort of skewed a little bit in terms of production. I think, to me, the one guy who's been so valuable off the bench for the Clippers has been Shaun Livingston. To me, he changed that entire game 4. They got down 9-2. They were out of sync. He came in. In that first half, they were plus 13 with him on the floor. I thought he really swung the game in their favor in game 4.
Clippers with a foul to give. The second difference between game clock and shot clock. Winding down the first quarter. Leandro Barbosa. Picked up by Brand. Brand has 5 rebounds and 8 points. Gasol will get it off in time. He will not.
Don't wait for
wins this series. You think about this, if it goes 7, there's a 3-day break between the Thursday game 6 and the Monday night game 7, which would really help the Suns. 3 days rest coming into play at game 7. That's why I think this game is so vital to the Clippers.
Marion over Maggette. And Radmanovic tries to reel it in. Radmanovic out with Livingston and Kaman. Maggette and Mobley. That's the Clipper 5 early first quarter numbers.
Well, you see everything is in LA's way except points off turnovers. The Clippers have turned it over 3 times. The Suns have 5 points, so you just cannot turn the ball over. Other than that, they've done a great job getting that ball inside, offensive rebounding, all those numbers. Actually, they have more points from the three-point line as well, so you don't expect that.
Nash is still resting for the Phoenix Suns on their sideline. Out of bounds it goes. Marion is out there with Jones and Bell. Barbosa and Diaw. Turnover number 2 for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, the Clippers have done a great job maintaining their discipline. After game 1, when they gave up 130 points and they were helping 2-3 guys in the lane, now only 1 guy is helping. They're staying with 3-point shooters.
McGiddy came in with another rebound and puts it in. Chris Kaman has been terrific so far in this game. 8 points in 9 minutes with 6 rebounds. Diaw the miss. Livingston gets the rebound.
All 4 Kaman's field goals are on second chance points.
Right. And second chance point scoring have been very one-sided so far.
12-0.
Marion is on Kaman. Doubled by Diaw. Mobley for 2. Diaw to Marion.
Brilliant pass. Boris Diaw really has a great feel for the game. You know, sometimes he flips shots at the basket and sort of his coach gets a little upset at him. He missed some easy shots in game 4, but he really makes a lot of nice plays around the basket. Sean Marion really keeping his team in this game right now.
Eddie again. Diaw and Barbosa were on his path. Foul goes on Barbosa, who picks up the foul, number 1 on him.
See, Boris Diaw, you don't want to run at him out there to distance. You want to make him shoot jump shots. Close on him slowly, and you don't want to give Sean Marion layups. So, you know, Kevin, when you play in playoff series, you have to have such an awareness of who you're guarding, because who you're guarding changes your whole defensive philosophy. If it's a 3-point shooter, you got to close quickly. If it's somebody who doesn't shoot it well, close more slowly, make them put the ball on the floor. You really have to have an awareness and a communication. I think as the series has gone on, the Clippers have gotten a much better handle on what they want to do against Phoenix and their personnel.
But we know they're on uncharted territory. They've never been as a franchise, at least in California, this far into the playoffs in the second round. Sean Marion has left. Tim Thomas has come back in the game as the Clippers are on a 14-6 roll right here. About 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Diaw. Mobley closed out on Bell. Thomas with 3. Suns get it back.
Really keep our eye on this Suns team right now. Both Sean Marion and Steve Nash out of the lineup. So right now, Mike D'Antoni is counting on Barbosa and Diaw to really get the team into their offense. And James Jones is going to have to deliver here for him. He's going to have to put that ball in the basket.
With Nash out, resting on the sideline, the Phoenix Suns have been outscored by 8 points. That's a foul. Radmanovich picks up number 2. Craig, what do you have?
Well, Doug was talking about James Jones. He was the center of attention at yesterday's practice. Coach Dunleavy made sure he made 150 threes before he left. Not shooting 150, he had to make 150. Meanwhile, the rest of the team, Steve Nash, Barbosa, those guys, they shot 7 from 5 different spots. But James Jones was there for the entire time. Raja Bell is the only one with a hot hand. He made 7 from 5 different spots. He said he just wanted to feel his stroke and make sure the rhythm was still good.
Thank you, Craig. One of the things that Jones has had to get used to now is coming off the bench. He was starting before.
Well, and also what happens is in the playoffs, the trust of the coach, you start trusting fewer guys. And James Jones right now, when he gets in, sort of understands that if he doesn't get something going quickly, he's not going to be out there very long. But you cannot let that get into your thought process where you start taking quick shots to where you play yourself into some bad moments.
But Mobley thought that he would have had a shot. Right now the shot clock is at 3. Tino Mobley. Picked up by Jones. Still, the Phoenix Suns really trail the Clippers in rebounding. Jones with the 2.
So you just don't get any kind of rhythm. It's not like you're going to get 3 or 4 or 5 shots, you know, to get yourself going. Steve Nash getting ready to check in. See, Chris Kaman is in now backing up Elton Brand. So with him coming back, now you got to double team him. Once again, you've got the Suns scrambling on defense.
Turnover number 4 on the Los Angeles Clippers. Nash is back in.
So I think it helps James Jones to be on the floor with Steve Nash. So Dial's getting a little bit of a rest right now, but Barbosa can penetrate as well as Nash. Maybe they can find a way to shake him loose and get him a jump shot.
Jones trying to get free right there. Radmanovich was down there defending. They also had Livingston in the vicinity. That's the
Mobile Mini Solutions, a proud partner of the Phoenix Suns.
Steve Nash is 0 for 9 since that period of time, and look at his minutes are up, his field goal shooting is down. He's played 11 games in 21 days, and he said, you know what, I'm a little tired, my legs are a little dead, but I'll find a way to work myself through it. They need an emotional jolt from him right now. Field goal, a nice play, get one of his teammates going. This crowd has been taken out of the game by the good Clipper play.
shot clock is down to 4. Nash, Tim Thomas, a 3. That might be the spark. We've had 11 lead changes in this game. Clippers have led by as many as 7. Suns have led by as many as 4. Maggette against Jones. Out of bounds, off the Clippers.
We saw that the other day about 3 times where Corey Maggette goes up trying to draw the foul and the ball just squirts out of his hands.
Marion into Brand. Marion had to contend with Lamar Odom in the first series against the Los Angeles Lakers, and there's a foul inside.
Now this is what James Jones needs. An offensive rebound, a couple free throws, but more importantly, a nice hard foul from Elton Brand. Sometimes that shakes you out of your little doldrums or whatever. Once he works hard, gets a nice position, and Elton Brand takes the hard foul. People wanted a flagrant here, thought that he pulled him down, not the case. But this is where you step up, see the ball go in the basket, make a couple free throws. It's like a running back in football, Kevin. You like the analogies. First time you catch the ball and you get cracked at the line of scrimmage, you go, I'm ready to play now. I've got all that loose, nervous energy. I'm ready to go.
It's a good analogy. Thursday, ESPN, Phoenix Clippers. Saturday, ABC. It's an East second-round game, 7. Or the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1. Right now, Detroit and Cleveland tied at 2 games apiece. Maggette, nice move around Jones. Taps up and in his own miss.
Oh, he's so strong. He just bumped James Jones off with that powerful body.
Nash plowing inside. Against Livingston, counted for 2 and a foul.
And listen to this crowd. Steve Nash scores, this crowd just waiting for him to take over the game.
Doug, what is shocking, this is the first field goal from Steve Nash going back to the late second quarter of Game 4.
Well, if you think about it, he only took 3 shots in the second half of Game 4, trying to distribute the ball. And you know what? Steve Nash is not going to force shots against double teams. He's not going to do that. He's going to find the open man. It's up to his teammates to start making shots. Raja Bell really the only guy doing that.
Livingston over Nash. Now a chance for a Phoenix lead. A 2 by Jones. A rebound by Marion. That's only the second offensive rebound by the Phoenix Suns tonight. Nash. Jones the rebound.
Livingston is tall enough to be able to take that jump shot away from Nash. Boy, what a great sequence by the Phoenix Suns. 3 offensive rebounds. Hard play to the basket by Barbosa. Listen to this crowd. This is what they've been waiting for. They were out-hustled in Game 4, Kevin. They need to bring this every single night. They don't have a team that's big enough to not win with hustle. They've got to win the hustle points.
Quentin Ross, who is in the game, picks up his first personal foul. Here is Barbosa at the free throw line. Now in the penalty at 7-10. So this is free throw for the Suns, number 8. Doug, in the regular season, the Suns average 18 free throws a game. In the playoffs against the Clippers, as that one tied it, they're averaging 24 free throw attempts a game.
Well, when you guard the three-point line, that means if you will fake and drive that ball to the basket, you're going to get contact. Kevin, we've talked all season long. Perimeter players are tougher to guard now because you can't get that arm out on them and ride them on the dribble anymore. Get away with a lot more in the post than you do on the perimeter.
Phoenix Suns have outscored the Los Angeles Clippers 10-2 over the last couple minutes. 5 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Quentin Ross back in that shot down the entire series, but standing there. Nash, Livingston in his way. Look at Barbosa. Ross again, and leave him open to fire.
See, they like to guard Nash. Look at this throw ahead, though. Easy score. It looks like he knocked it loose and got the foul. But the Suns are going to retaliate. Made field goal, missed field goal, free throws, it doesn't matter. Nash will look ahead, and Barbosa got that same kind of explosive speed that we saw in Game 7 here against the Lakers. He's like one step ahead of everybody right now.
Ross picks up his second personal foul. So here is Leandro Barbosa. And Raja Bell check in for James Jones.
You know, Kevin, being a guy who used to score in this league a little bit, the one thing you can't ever put enough premium on is when you're struggling a little bit, how important it is to get to the free throw line. You see the ball go in the basket. Barbosa's leading the NBA here in free throw shooting, or is in the top 5 in the playoffs, shooting over 90%. Step up, make free throws, get you a couple layups. Now that three-pointer's a lot easier to shoot than it is when you're an 0 for 4 and you're looking to break through.
So Barbosa's come off the bench in 10 minutes and scored 6 points and not missed a free throw in his 4 attempts, and Mobley inside. It's the offensive rebound and cans the two-pointer. Halfway through the second quarter, Bell to Marion.
Kaman can't run the floor with Marion, so if he's going to pound them on the offensive boards, then you better sprint the floor and get it the other way.
Quick double on Mobley with Nash coming in to help. Picked up by Sean Marion, collecting rebound number 6 with his 16 points. Nash inside.
He actually used Kaman there to screen his defender. Ran him right through a little maze of players. And Steve Nash actually finishes with his left hand better than he does his right at the basket.
Nash has 5 points for the Phoenix Suns. Sam Cassell's got 5 points for the Los Angeles Clippers. Quentin Ross, foul, counted for 2. Ross will be at the free throw line. Clippers haven't missed at the line tonight. They are 6 of 6. Coach stepping back here, winding down this first half. What things have stood out in your mind?
Well, the Clippers got off to an incredible start. Points in the paint. They were up big, about double digits. Now all of a sudden the Suns have fought back. It's only a 2-point differential. The big difference right now is the second chance points. Clippers have 16 to 4, so they're plus 12 in that area. But the Suns are starting to get into a better rhythm. Nash is really getting his team moving here.
Thomas for 3.
That's that play they worked on. The guy punching in the middle of the lane if they're going to trap Nash like that. And then the guy, when he catches the ball in the middle, has got to make a decision. Both corners are open. That time he finds Tim Thomas spotted up, who really has probably been their second-best three-point shooter behind Raja Bell in the playoffs.
Here's Elton Brand with 8 points. Brand is 3 of 8. Kaman missing the dunk inside, but gets his own miss and goes up and is fouled on the play.
Kaman's been a man inside tonight. That's 9 rebounds. I think it's about 7 of them on the offensive boards.
Nash has picked up his second personal foul for the Phoenix Suns. Kaman will be at the line.
See, that takes its toll. When you continue to go inside like that, I know Charles Barkley's sitting back in the studio because he's always preaching on throwing the ball in the post, getting double teams, and pounding the offensive boards. And that's what the Clippers are doing now. The Suns are up 3, but they're having to work a lot harder than the Clippers are right now for their points.
Kaman 9 and 9. Flash of defense on the double by Brand. Bell for 3. Now that shot is beginning to drop. The Phoenix Suns have gone 5 of 9 shooting the 3 ball tonight. And the Suns have their biggest lead. Barbosa.
See what the shooting does to the Suns. It helps their defense. That was a great play by Bell to tip that ball and get out on the fast break.
The Phoenix Suns are on an 8-1 run.
They hit all the big game winners, and the game before that we did it. And you know, it's not a black and white thing. It's you know, Tim Thomas missed that shot against the Lakers. We're out. He makes it. We win. He makes it last night, and we're probably up 3-1. So this is a great game. The drama is building, and see what happens.
Well, during the regular season, the Phoenix Suns were the #1 shooting team in the regular season in the NBA, #1 scoring team as well. In the playoffs, they've been in the top 5 in shooting and #1 in scoring as well.
Well, shooting, if coaches could bottle, it's the great elixir. Yes. It always covers up a multitude of sins. And tonight you can see what's happened here. Fast break points, 3-point field goals. The Suns, 26 to 14 points in this quarter. They got on the fast break, so they've really washed out the offensive rebounding. They're 11-0 on fast break. The Clippers are plus 13 on second chance points, so they've washed out in that area. Tim Thomas, 4-5 tonight from 3 after being 2-10 in game 4.
Heyman. Marion to Nash.
13-0 fast break. And again, when the offensive rebound, they get it out and they run, and that's when they are at their best, either driving the ball to the basket, that's how they get their points in the paint, or shooting threes.
A double on Brand. Marion picks up the foul for the Phoenix Suns. The other area where Phoenix, Doug, has been cashing in Clipper turnovers.
Well, we talked about that being one of the big stories, putting this game out, what he needed to do for his team. But for the Clippers, it was points in the paint, second chance points, and taking care of the basketball. In the games that the Clippers have lost, the Suns have averaged 19 points off turnovers. Tonight, they already have 9, so they're creeping towards that area that gets the Clippers in trouble.
Sean Marion picked up his second personal foul for the Phoenix Suns. Sean Livingston gets ready to check back in the game for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kaman will take a breather, so they go small here. The 7-footer Kaman is out. The 6'7" swing player, Livingston, is in.
Now, one of the things the Clippers have done very, very well in this series is close out quarters. So the Suns have built them a nice little cushion here by 8. About 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The Suns would like to keep this momentum going into halftime, not let the Clippers back here going in.
Suns have hit 6 consecutive shots. Nash for 3.
Doesn't seem to have his legs. That's he's missed his last 10 threes now. Give the Clippers credit, though. They've done a nice job running him out of his rhythm. It's going to be a foul on Tim Thomas.
What do you always say? The first thing to go, then the shot, you'll always look at the legs if they're tired. Nash has admitted he has tired legs.
The banging inside, the elbow gets up. They will not let you get away with that. Now, Elton Brand got his up late, but Tim Thomas got the first shot in. Remember now how important it is for Tim Thomas and Marion to stay out of a foul trouble. Marion has to guard about 4 or 5 different guys, and Tim Thomas is the guy they want guarding Elton Brand.
Tim Thomas picks up his second personal foul. Brand at the line, 4 of 5. He's got 10 points and 6 rebounds for the night. Rebounding plus 10 overall for the Los Angeles Clippers.
You know, Craig Sager just came by at halftime. Wasn't able to give his report, but he said Mike D'Antoni told the Suns they were double teaming too early on Elton Brand, giving up too many offensive rebounds. It's better to be a little late than a little early. So we'll see if they do a better job on the boards, maybe by not going as quickly to Elton Brand on the double team.
Mobley on Thomas. He throws it away.
It's like closing out quarters again. A chance here to go on a 6-0 run, possibly 7 with a 3.
Cassell only has 5 points, but he goes inside, and Mobley puts in his 6th point tonight. Sam Cassell is 1 of 4. Mobley is 3 of 9. They need more from their backcourt. And they're not getting the rebounding tonight from those 2 guards like they've gotten in the past. Closed out quickly on Bell, forcing it for 2. And the defense there for the Clippers.
Well, that's a game plan. Make him put it on the floor, take away that catch and shoot 3. He was 7 of 12 the other night. Make him put it on the floor and try to get a 2.
Double with Nash.
my. Look at that offensive rebound by Sean Livingston. Just jumped over Barbosa.
Boy, Nash is floating, Doug, from player to player and leaving Ross, as you've mentioned before, wide open. But the floating defensive player is Nash.
Well, that's why they want him to have to guard either Maggette or Mobley or Cassell, so he cannot do that, force him to burn up some energy and keep him down in that post-up situation.
4 of the Los Angeles Clippers' 7 turnovers in this second quarter. Nash knocked away. Livingston. Ooh, Thomas is down. Cassell for 3. Offensive rebound by Mobley. Phoenix foul.
I thought Steve Nash had a 3 on that last possession and didn't take it. He tried to dribble penetrate. He said he got his arm grabbed, but I thought he had a 3. That's sort of a little bit of a telltale situation where a guy maybe not be trusting it or maybe feeling like maybe his legs aren't into the 3. Now, he shot over 44% during the regular season. Kevin, in the playoffs, he's shooting 33%, and against this Clipper team, he was 3 of 13 going in tonight. He's missed 2, so he's 3 of 15 for the three-point line against the Clips.
Thomas. Coming up, it's the T-Mobile halftime report. Kenny Charles and EJ are in the studio. They'll have first-half analysis and highlights. The personal foul was on Bell for the second time. Brand at the line.
Okay, remember it was 54-45 with 3:11. I talked about closing out quarters. Elton Brand makes this, which he does. It's 54, now 52, so it's a 7-0 run here for the Clippers. Not what Phoenix wanted going into halftime.
Boris Diaw.
There's that punch-in play. That's the Suns that Mike D'Antoni talked to me before the game. That's the area. If they're going to trap Nash, if they're going to try to get that ball, they've hit 2 threes off that play, and now a little jump hook by Diaw.
To the hands of Livingston and picked up by Steve Nash. And here come the Phoenix Suns. Ross takes it right away. Out of bounds. Phoenix's ball. With just under 40 seconds to play in the first half.
Well, you can see Sean Livingston. He's upset at himself. He tried to do something with the ball before he caught it. But how about the great hustle by Quentin Ross to get himself back in the play? Was not able to contain it off the dribble, so the Suns will get the ball back. See if they go back to that play once again. That screen roll with Nash.
No fouls either way. Knocked away beautifully by Ross from behind. Another good defensive play. A 3 by Cassell, who continues to miss. He is 1 of 6. Out of bounds, off the Clippers.
Well, buddies are flying now. I mean, you can tell the importance of this game. They call it that swing game 5. The Suns will either be up 3-2, knowing at worst they would have a game 7 back here with 3 days rest. And the Clippers would know that they would be down, obviously, 3-2, having to win a game 6 to be able to get back for the game 7. That's the importance, and that's what's on the line here tonight.
Shot clock is off. And here is the schedule. Should it go 7, TNT will have it next Monday night here in Phoenix.
And if it goes to game 7, I mean, the Suns actually would get through playing that game on a Thursday night. Actually wouldn't play it a Monday night. Almost 4 full days rest, which would help a Nash and some of these guys who are logging heavy minutes right now. That would be a big advantage, game 7 at home with that kind of rest.
This is their 11th game in 21 days.
Remember now, the Clippers had a lot of time off after winning against Denver.
Nash inside. Steve Nash has 9. He is 4 of 9 tonight. Sam Cassell's been quiet for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Well, that's a big, big plus for Phoenix.
Livingston takes us to halftime.
Here's something refreshing. Double rewards with the Mountain America
2006 Western Conference semifinals, the critical game 5 of the series tied 2-2. Tom Leander along with EJ Eddie Johnson. Suns have to have this game, Eddie, at home, or else they're going back to LA down 3-2. But Steve Nash is looking kind of tired after the 7-game series with the Lakers. His achy back as well. No Amari Stoudemire out all season. Kurt Thomas is injured. So the size of the Clippers definitely giving the Suns some issues right now.
Yeah, he needed a pick-me-up, right? He needed other guys to step up. The Clippers were doing an excellent job of really working Steve Nash over, trying to fatigue him. And the Suns, lo and behold, got some guys to really step up in this ballgame.
Including the Matrix, Sean Marion. A terrific first half for Sean. Might turn into his best game ever. 16 points, 8 rebounds at the break. And he's covered anybody from Sam Cassell to Elton Brand to Chris Kaman in this game.
He was unleashed, right? Suns undermanned. They needed some offense. What they were doing to Steve Nash. And Sean Marion, is a guy that was always asking for more shots, asking for plays being run to him. And this was his night. I mean, he got off to that great start in the first half. I thought that was huge for the Suns, and his confidence just built from there.
Meanwhile, Sam Cassell really struggling for the Clippers, missing 5 of his 6 shots in the first half. Get ready, Eddie. Grab the popcorn, grab the chips. I think it's going to be another lengthy Suns classic. We'll send it back to Kevin Harlan, Doug Collins, and the late, great Craig Sager.
Marion did a great job, got off to a great start, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Now remember, in Game 3, he had 32 points and 19 rebounds, the most rebounds by a Sun player since Antonio McDyess about 6 years ago in the playoffs. So this guy is so important when teams try to take Nash out of the mix by double-teaming him.
To Craig Sager.
Well, Mike Dunleavy said his team played way too fast there in the second quarter. They got out of their rhythm. They gave up 11 of those fast break points in the second quarter at all. He said they fueled the fire. They let the Suns go off and running. As for Sam Cassell having a very quiet half, he said he needs to take good shots. Don't worry about the shooting percentage, but run the team. They also need Elton Brand to command everything down low. And also they are not in foul trouble. Only 1 foul of the 5 starters. So Elton Brand will extend his arms and contest every one of Steve Nash's shots in the paint.
Doug, there's Chris Kaman, who did not play in Game 4 because of a right shoulder injury. Not 100% tonight. 9-9 with 7 offensive rebounds. He was kind of quiet in that second quarter after making a lot of waves in the first.
I thought he got a little tired. He asked Mike Dunleavy actually to come out of the game. Remember now, he did not play the other day, and when you miss a couple days and you come out to try to play against the Phoenix Suns, this is high-octane basketball at its best. And he was guarding Sean Marion, who was running the floor on every possession. You see he's still matched up against Marion. After the switch, though, they leave Tim Thomas here for the open jump shot.
They rotate quickly over to get him.
Find the open man. That's what you got to do. Take your time, and if teams are scrambling defensively, someone's going to be open.
Cassell and Kaman, Maggette and Brand, Mobley with the ball. Clipper 5. Diaw guarding Kaman. Quick double by Nash. Thomas picks it up. Out of bounds and off the Clippers. Bell, Nash, Thomas, Diaw, Marion begin the second half for the Phoenix Suns.
Rebounding is about competitive will. And the Suns did not have it in Game 2. They did not have it in Game 4. Tonight, they're down 13 rebounds, but they've been much better after getting off to a horrendous start on the glass.
Maggette picked up his first personal foul. Maggette grabs a rebound right there. And Maggette is coming off a 15-rebound performance in Game 4. He has just collected his 6th rebound of the game right there. Cassell, very quiet, 1 of 6. Mobley, 3 of 9. Brand is 3 of 9. Maggette.
You see where Steve Nash is. When he plays Maggette, he's playing underneath the basket, and that's where they want to keep him buried. They want to make him play a post-up player. They want to trap him on all pick and rolls. They want to make his life as miserable as possible.
Thomas again left open.
You better not leave him. Mike Dunleavy is so upset that's that screen roll play once again. Somebody missed the rotation. That's 5 threes now for Tim Thomas. Remember in Game 4, it was Raja Bell, 7 of 12. Look at this. He rolls out. They're double teaming. Someone has got to rotate over into the corner, so I don't know if there's somebody rotating or if Corey Maggette is supposed to get back. He cannot get up and play Nash and make that quick rotation. But Mike Dunleavy's talking to his team here. as Tim Thomas has come out shooting the ball very well tonight.
Tim Thomas was 3 of 12, Craig Sager, in Game 4. Tonight he's 5 of 6. What do you have?
Well, as Doug was mentioning, it is Corey Maggetti's responsibility to go out there. It was Corey Maggette that Dunleavy was talking to right there. Remember, at halftime, he said Elton Brand would take Steve Nash to contest the shots, but Corey Maggette has to rotate, and he's the one that left Tim Thomas open.
Well, Craig, what they're doing is basically the Suns know that they're trapping Steve Nash, that they're getting guys in shooting areas and counting on him making the play.
Suns by 9, tying their biggest lead tonight. 3-second violation.
See, again, I think you've got to be very careful if you're Mike Dunleavy. Corey Maggette is not your primary low-post player. Elton Brand is. And when you're trying to put Nash down there, you take Elton Brand out of the post and you lose your best weapon. You've got to be very careful.
He continues to struggle from above the arc.
I don't know why he keeps taking all those streaks. I mean, he's like 4 of 20 now in this series shooting that 3. When he's getting in the lane and scoring, he's so much more effective.
And 0 of 2 tonight. Kaman over Dion.
So those are their low post players. Kaman and Elton Brand. Corey Maggette get on the offensive board, slash and cut, make Steve Nash work off the dribble, but I just don't think you're going to give him a steady diet of him posting up.
Kaman's got a double-double. Watch out there.
You're making him take all 2s tonight. I mean, he's got like a big scarlet letter on his chest. No 3s. Like, no way.
Brand is doubled. Maggette is open for 2. Sean Marion, 9th rebound, 16 points in 25 minutes.
Kevin, that's what that ball's been from side to side twice already. Let's see what kind of shot the Suns end up getting. About a 10-foot shot from Marion. Ball went side to side. They used clock. And where was Marion? About 10 feet from the basket. Not shooting that little squirting 3 that he throws up there. I mean, he's not shooting a good percentage.
Sal, another miss. 1 of 7. Boris Diaw.
How about that move? The
Los Angeles Clippers now have their largest deficit in these playoffs.
Offensive efficiency for the Suns. They're shooting 53%, 50% from 3, 82% from the line. How about this, Kevin? 18 assists and only 4 turnovers. The other day they had 30 assists and only 5 turnovers.
Overlooking inside, no one home. Neither team made a change in their lineup coming out of that break. Interference counted. Goaltending. Marion picks up 2 more. He's got 20 points and 9 rebounds.
Now, Mike Dunleavy's very upset at Chris Kaman. He said, you got to sprint back on defense. Stop talking to the officials. He was upset because thought he was fouled on that last play, trying to receive the pass from Mobley. Right now, the Clippers are discombobulated. This is where they need Sam Cassell and Elton Brand. They got to calm them down. Go through your 2 best players now, your 2 most experienced players.
Sal's put up 5 threes. He's hit only 1. Corey Maggette.
I don't like that shot. I think it's too quick. Elton Brand did not touch the ball.
Boris Diaw. Raja Bell for 3. Bell's put in 10 points.
Where is Elton Brand and Sam Cassell? They have got to get the team back in the game.
Brand against Thomas. The Phoenix Suns in this 3rd quarter have gone 7 of 9 from the field. Foul goes on Sean Marion, the 3rd tag down here.
When the Suns shoot well, Kevin, what does it do to their defense? I mean, it just
makes them want to play defense.
It picks it up. They start getting deflections. You see what's happened here tonight.
Plus, they can get back on defense and get set on defense.
7 of 13 from 3. Shoots 54%. 89. If you took Raja Bell out of that mix, he was 7 of 12. The rest of the team was 21 for like.
The Suns run a spurt right now where they have outscored the Los Angeles Clippers 11-0. Here comes Ross. Here comes Radmanovich, leaving Kaman, leaving Corey Maggette.
Now you're going small ball. So now you got Elton Brand on the floor. He'll be matched up against Tim Thomas. Radmanovich will probably playing Sean Marion. So now it's going to be that a lot of those lineups that we saw on Sunday when Kaman was not playing and the Clippers had to go small.
Nash to Dion. Thomas against Mobley. Into Brand. How about that tap back in?
Activity. Drive the ball to the basket, and Sean Marion was at the three-point line and tipped the ball in the basket. That's when he's at his best.
Marion has a double-double. 22 points and 11 rebounds. Elton Brand. Marion.
Yes, sir.
Doug, you circled him. You talked about him. He was the key. And he is fulfilling what you thought, 24 and 12.
Well, you know, he takes so much of the blame here when he plays poorly. Give the guy credit. When he's on, they're tough to beat.
Nash is guarding Brand.
One and done. No offensive rebounds now, and the Suns are off and running. Looks like he's got that bounce back in his step now. Looks much quicker with the ball than when he started this game.
Ross picks up the foul for the Los Angeles Clippers. Third on him.
Now keep your eye on Sean Marion here. Look where he is behind the three-point line. His shot is going to go up. It's going to be missed a little as he drives to the basket. No block out. Look at Marion. 2 offensive rebounds in a row, 2 putbacks. That's Sean Marion at his finest. He's been terrific defensively. He's been great on the boards. He's been all they've needed tonight.
The Brand hustle. Look at Tim Thomas hustle. They call a jump ball.
Points already for Tim Thomas and Marion. Remember in game 3 they combined for 51. Those two guys, 41 points and 13 rebounds. That's the production that got them a road win that gave them the home court advantage once again.
They only had 27 combined in game 4.
And never really were in the game. They got in foul trouble, and a lot of those points came late. Those were the garbage points that came late. They were not meaningful points.
Toss it again.
Well, I think one of the players hit his elbow as he tried to toss the ball up. So Steve Jabby says that's my fault. Referees don't like jump balls. That's why you get timeouts all the time and stuff like that, because this is the hardest thing for these referees. Try to get this ball up between these 2 big guys.
They used to do it after every basket back when you played. Well, I shouldn't say.
And they had a string that you had to get the ball out of the basket with. There's no question. It had laces and the ball wouldn't bounce. That's why I never could dribble.
Cuttino Mobley. Suns in this third quarter shooting just over 60%.
Remember, the Suns will let you back in. They're going to keep shooting. So if you will lock down your defense, you can get back in this game.
Radmanovich for 3. The hustle of Ross gets it back to Cassell, lasers it inside to Brand. Another 3, Radmanovich.
But it was because he went in the post twice. You got the double team. Now you rotate. Radmanovich is shooting the ball well from that three-point line tonight. That's his 3rd hit from behind the line.
14-point game. Suns have led by 19. Nice rotation to Tim Thomas. Get the shot clock.
the Suns are really crisp though with their passing right now. They're really getting some good shots. That was a little bit contested. Barbosa in the game now for Diaz. So the Suns have gone to a small lineup. Tim Thomas will be matched up against Brand. And actually you got Sean Marion guarding Coutinho Mobley now. So he's guarded Mobley, he's guarded Brand, he's guarded Cassell.
We got Bell on Cassell. Nash is guarding Ross. And Quentin Ross hitting. Coming off the bench the last 2 games.
So we're back to 12. I mean, the Suns are going to keep shooting. That's their game. They're going to keep taking shots. If the Clips can rebound and get some stops, they get this thing down to single digits going into the 4th period.
He's on a 7-0 run. They go inside here to Tim Thomas. Bell, who lived by the 3-point shot in Game 4. He's called for the charge right there as Cassell hits the deck hard. That's the 3rd on Raja Bell.
Chase him off that line once again, and here is Cassell stepping over to take that charge. Mike D'Antoni had looked at Steve Nash when he made that left-handed pass, and he said, take that shot. Steve, I think, is really looking so much now because of all the double teams. He's really not even looking for his own shot.
Elton Brand has 18 points and 7 rebounds.
Down to 10. That's how quickly it turns.
9-0 run. Andrew Barbosa. And Coutinho Mobley was covering inside and draws the personal foul. Mobley picks up number 1.
See the importance, though, not getting into the penalty. At the 3:19 mark, the Suns still aren't shooting free throws. One of the real problems that the Clips have had, especially in the 4th quarter, getting the Suns to the line so early.
To Thomas. Rebound by Ross, and here comes Sam Cassell the other way. Nash is in his way. Finally he hits. He is 2 of 8. His first field goal since the 4.5-minute mark left in the 1st quarter, and a timeout taken. 3rd quarter. Early. Marion. Away by Radmanovich. And a Los Angeles Clipper foul is called inside. Goes on Radmanovich, and Dougie is tagged for the 4th time as James Jones sets to come in for Tim Thomas for the Phoenix Suns.
Well, that was a great pass by Barbosa, finding Sean Marion, a little set play that Mike D'Antoni had drawn up coming out of the timeout, but Radmanovich actually got a piece of the first one, and then it was a loose ball foul on the second one.
Instead of taking out Thomas, they take out Nash.
I think that Mike D'Antoni's got to have his point guard refueled and ready to go to start the 4th quarter. A lot of times he brings him back at the 7-8 minute mark. I don't know if he's going to have that luxury tonight with this lead slipping away. He might have to bring him back to start this period.
So Jones for Nash. Andrew Barbosa picked up by Ross. Thomas, who has hit 5 threes tonight, has that drive rejected inside by Elton Brand. Radmanovich racing the other way. He'll put up a 3. And picked up by the Phoenix Suns.
That's not a good shot by Radmanovich. I know he's been hot, but you can't take that quick shot.
And he palmed it. Barbosa with the turnover.
We've seen that about 3 times in this series with Barbosa. He gets that ball. You cannot let the ball rest in the palm of your hand. If your hand gets underneath the basketball, the referee's going to call that. See, Radmanovich on that last shot, Kevin, that's a quick shot that fuels the Suns' break. Go back inside to Elton Brand. He's been the guy going to work for you.
Radmanovich has gone 3 of 5, shooting a 3 tonight. Sam Cassell. He's hit 2 in a row. Now Sam has got 9 points, and he is 3 of 9 from the field.
Quickly those leads go, 19-6. 13-0
run. But still that basket right there by Leandro Barbosa. It's been a series of runs, though, Doug.
Well, when you play Phoenix, it's going to be like an EKG or whatever going up and down. I mean, it's that graphic that you have going up with your heartbeat is going to be up and down because they play in fits and spurts.
They say your heartbeat increases in the playoffs. We know. Cassell for 3. Sam Cassell is knocked down. His second 3-pointer tonight. He's got 12, and 7 have been offered here in this 3rd quarter. Sean Marion for from Leandro Barbosa.
Well, this is great for Barbosa because normally he doesn't handle the ball. He plays off the basketball as a scorer, but with Nash out, he's made 3 really nice plays in a row. He got his own basket, and then he got Marion one.
Cassell inside. So Sam's got 14. Sean Marion's got 26 for the Phoenix Suns.
He's gone to work. He and Brand, those are 2 guys who have to bring them back.
A 3 by Barbosa. Rebound by Sam Cassell. Only his second tonight.
Look at it. 3-point play here. It's a 2-point game. That's how quickly this has changed to a 3.
Rebound by Barbosa on the missed 3 by Cassell.
Look at Mike Dunleavy's face up there. We don't want that shot. You got to have so much discipline when you play against the Suns. You're back in the game now.
You get lured in. Sean Marion. It is an 11 rebound average over the Phoenix Suns for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Suns do have a foul to give. And a difference of about 9 seconds, the game clock and shot clock. Foul on Barbosa. That was the foul to give right there. 18.8, second on Leandro from Brazil.
So what you do, though, when you do commit that foul, you take away your chance to get a stop and maybe get the last shot. Got a 4.8-second differential game and shot clock.
Cassell with Thomas to finish. There's a foul on Thomas again. I mean, every time a perimeter shot is taken, it's the 3rd on Thomas. Cassell somehow lures that defender into collapsing into it.
Well, you don't worry about blocking his shot. I mean, you're not going to block guys' shots on the perimeter. The interesting thing, Tim Thomas played with him in Milwaukee. This is twice. But how many times do you think they played one-on-one after practice and Sam got him on that move?
The Clippers 97 as a team, and Doug, during these playoffs, they have won 2 and lost 2 on the road.
That's been the mindset. That's where they're a much better team. They used to be awful on the road, and Mike Dunleavy came in, and he said, we're going to play good enough defense, and we're going to do things that when we go on the road, we're going to feel we can win. And think about this now, as Cassell misses the free throw, the last time they came in the regular season, they won. They're 20 and 21 this year. You see the improvement under Mike Dunleavy. So they won here the last game in the regular season. They won game 2 in here. So they've won twice in this building this season. They're comfortable playing here.
They won earlier in the series, like you say, game 2 by 25.
That's a game they were plus 31 on the boards at 58 points in the paint.
And that was a game where Phoenix was watching their 3-point shot go in. They were plus 15 for the Suns, but they lost nonetheless. Slammed in by Sean Marion. I don't know where he came from, but he was not boxed out, closing the 3rd quarter. It would not count if it went in.
55%. Field goals 48% from 3. Look at the free throw attempts. And the Suns have not shot well. So we'll keep our eye tonight. Can the Suns keep making shots? They're going to win this game at the free throw line.
He's only at 10 in that 3rd quarter, but he begins the 4th on the bench. Livingston takes his place. Ross inside, rejected, picked up by Sean Marion.
James Jones, a nice play from behind to help Nash.
Marion and Thomas, Jones and Nash. And with the ball right now, Leandro Barbosa.
He wants to take Romanovich off the dribble. Barbosa kid's got so much more speed.
Nash to Marion. And picked up by Elton Brand. Brand collects his 8th rebound. For Livingston and Mobley. Brand, Radmanovich, and Ross. That's the Clipper 5 starting the 4th.
Mike Dunleavy would like to get Sam Cassell about 3-4 minutes rest, get him back to about the 8-minute mark if he could. Can this guy keep making his shots to keep his team in the game? James Jones done a nice job tonight, Kevin. He's not really scored that much, but he's done a nice job rebounding the ball and coming up with a lot of loose basketballs on the floor.
5 rebounds, all 4 from the field. Doing the little things like you said. Radmanovich is on Barbosa.
Oh, my.
Shot clock at 5 for Marion.
Boy, Barbosa about broke Romanovich's ankles on that crossover dribble right there and found Sean Marion. Sean Marion is 38 points is his career high in the playoffs tonight. He's already got 30.
And 14 rebounds. Mobley for 2. There's another rebound by Jones.
That's how James Jones is going to get on the floor. Coach, I might not be making my shots, but I'm going to help you in other areas. I'm going to rebound. I'm going to come up with loose balls. You can keep me on the floor and trust me that I'll do other things.
Good point. struggle from three-point territory, but look at the Suns.
James Jones and Barbosa keep it alive.
Barbosa missing the three. Livingston grabs the Los Angeles Clipper rebound. Clippers are +8 rebounding tonight. Ross into Thomas, who picks up the foul. Ross hits the deck hard.
And they're looking here to see if they're going to call a flagrant. Steve Javy, Duke Callahan, Joe DeRosa talking about it. Is it going to be a flagrant?
That's 4 on Tim Thomas.
Just a 2-shot foul. Said he went for the basketball. Take a look here now as Thomas, as he goes up hard, went for the ball. Sometimes the fall makes the foul look a lot worse than it is. Now remember, the rule now is Quentin Ross has to shoot these free throws. If he doesn't, he cannot come back and play. And the opposing coach, meaning Mike D'Antoni, would come down and choose the free throw shooter off the Clipper bench to shoot the free throw.
Clippers have made 6 more points at the free throw line than the Suns tonight. They have taken 8 more free throw attempts. Ross is 1 of 1. Sam Cassell is off the bench, rather on the bench for Mike Dunleavy, but so too is Chris Kaman.
He's had 11 points and 10 rebounds. Most of that work was done in the first quarter. So looking out there right now, Romanovich has made some shots tonight. Elton Brand are going to him in the post. I think they'd like to have some shooters and some pretty good defenders on the floor right now to try to make up this deficit.
Ashby Thomas. Steve Nash tonight, 9 assists. For the Phoenix Suns.
And don't let the 9 points fool you, because in this series with all the double teams, he's not going to get a lot of shots, so he's not going to get you 20 points.
9 assists and only 1 turn. Elton Brand. Brand now's got 20 points and 8 rebounds.
A great footwork by the big guy.
Shot clock at 10. Barbosa with a slashing move. Brand with his 9th rebound. Pickpocketed by Jones. Doug, you've nailed it, because he has been sensational and then retaken by the Clippers and Ross.
Well, nobody talked to Steve Nash, but they know there's a guy behind him.
Ross for 2. Brand with another rebound. Mobley. That is a foul. It's on Sean Livingston of the Los Angeles Clippers.
Right now they have a 6-point lead, but Kevin, still a ton of time. 8:27 to go. And Sam Cassell, I think, is back on the floor here for the Clippers.
He is, Doug, you're right. With Radmanovich, Brand, Livingston remains on the floor. Ross is guarding Nash. Shot clock is down to 10. Approaching 8 to play in regulation. Nash against Radmanovich.
So they switched that screen roll. And Nash does what he does best. He takes the big man off and then makes an incredible shot off the glass.
Doug, you flipped up a graphic to begin this fourth quarter. The Clippers in this series, fourth quarter shooting 55% tonight. The fourth, 1 of 7. Now 2 of 8, a big-time 3 by Radmanovich.
Well, he shot the ball well. Remember that shooting exhibition he put on in Game 3 where they were down about 13 and he hit 4 straight threes. Actually ended up giving him the lead.
Barbosa inside. Picked up by Radmanovich. Livingston.
Romanovich is one of those streaky guys, so right now Steve Nash has got to pay attention to him and not roam around too much.
Radmanovich 4 of 6 with 3. Cassell bangs in a 3 right there. Above the arc, he is 3 of 8 tonight.
Well, look at Mike D'Antoni. He is very upset with his team. What in the world are we doing defensively? On the line, the swing game in the series. One of these teams is going to go up 3-2 here in a few minutes.
Not been this close since late in the first half. Ross, Livingston, and Cassell all on the floor for the Los Angeles Clippers with Brand and Radmanovich. What a fake by Marion to get that shot away. Thomas digs it up. Only his 2nd rebound. Steve Nash. Fresh shot clock. Boris Diaw. Collide with Livingston.
Mike Dunleavy thought that Sean Marion walked on that move in the corner. He's talking to Joe DeRosa. So he shuffled his feet when he went past Romanovich on the baseline. Look at him talk about that's not a new dance that he learned in South Carolina. He's saying he traveled.
Your former teammate.
Former teammate, tough guard, Mike Dunleavy.
Cassell is on Bell. Livingston is on Thomas. Shot clock is down to 4. Raja Bell.
Raja Bell got away with in there. He used his body and just that strong upper body. He knocked Sean Livingston back on his heels.
Cassell inside. Now he's got 20 points. He had 5 at halftime.
See, if the game is close, you have to worry about Cassell because he'll take big shots like he did the other day to put that game out of reach.
Marion's got 30. Romanovich collecting his 3rd rebound.
Two-man basketball. It's going to be Sam Cassell and Elton Brand to be touching the ball almost every time down the floor. Again, Steve Nash has got to be very careful not to leave Romanovich on that perimeter. How about that? Steve Nash, now twice he's got Romanovich on a switch, and both times he's found a way to make an incredible shot.
Romanovich and a foul call on the play. Nash was in the way. It is on Nash for Doug the 3rd time.
Watch Nash now just take his time, a little up and under, spin move off the glass. Twice he's gotten the switch. The other time he makes a spectacular move with his right hand off the glass on the other side of the rim. Romanovich will shoot 2 free throws here.
Clippers have taken 10 more free throw attempts than the Phoenix Suns tonight. And they're +8 in terms of free throws made. In fact, the Suns have not attempted a free throw in the last 25 minutes of this game. That is shocking.
Well, the Clippers have to feel very good about their chances. If they can keep the Suns off the foul line, make them work hard for every score, and then come down and go through either Sam Cassell or Elton Brand and then block.
Alejandro Barbosa has come in. Diaw will take a seat on the Phoenix Suns bench.
Check the matchups now. Let's see who's guarding Steve Nash here. It's going to be Quentin Ross. They're going to go a little pick and roll here to get a switch so that Nash can take Cassell off the dribble. This is set play here for him to go to work on Cassell.
Double by Radmanovich. Thomas is left free. The rotation late.
They had the double team.
Yep.
That was a set play. I watched Mike D'Antoni the whole time. He said, get Cassell in the pick and roll, get the switch, and then let's play out of it.
Brand has got 20 points and 10 rebounds. It's a Cassell 3. Sam Cassell with 23 points. 5 assists, an 18-point second half by Cassell.
First time they get a switch, now they're going to Tim Thomas against Quentin Ross. So he double team or he'll go to work in the post. So now you find out where the coaches are thinking. Where are we going to go to get a score? Who are we going to pick on? And if I'm these Suns, I say Cassell and Brand, I do not leave. Maybe I can help off Ross, but not off Cassell.
Thomas has got 6 in the quarter and 23 for the game. Timeout. Clippers. 3:55 to play in regulation. Phoenix led Doug by 6 at halftime and by 6 after 3.
You know, Kevin, when you look at these numbers, if I said to you, Kevin, the Clippers have made 1 more 3 than the Suns, 9 more free throws, and have 10 more rebounds, who would you think would be winning?
LA.
The Suns have 16 more points in the paint.
The equalizer. Shot clock is at 7 after that break. Brand over Thomas. Coutinho for 2. 2-point game.
This is everything you would want in a game 5. that switch once again. They get Nash going against Cassell. You give help, you're going to leave Raja Bell, and you don't leave him.
Raja Bell has just knocked down his third three-point shot of the game. Lead is 5 for Phoenix, approaching 3 to play in regulation. Brand against Marion. Shot clock at 4. Foul on Sam Cassell.
How about Raja Bell? Raja Bell has had to play Kobe Bryant for 7 games. He's had Mobley a lot in this series, and now with a game on the line, he's switched over to play Sam Cassell. This guy is such an irritant. He's strong. He gets his body in there. Sam Cassell thought he got away with it. The last moment, Steve Jabby called him for the offensive foul.
Nash against Cassell. It's a foul. Basket will not count. Second foul on Cassell.
See what they're doing now. Every time down the floor is they're running a screen roll, and the Clippers are switching it because they want Cassell to have to play Nash. And then if they help, then he'll find the open man. That's how they got the 3 last time against Raja Bell. Mike D'Antoni thought that should have been a continuation and a possible 3-point play. Well, you can just feel the angst on these coaches' faces, the players. You know, you don't want to overhype it, but this game 5, I mean, it's such a deciding game.
Shot clock at 9. Nash over Livingston.
It's a tougher matchup there because Livingston's got longer arms and is a better defender.
Nash is 6 of 14 shooting tonight. He has the double-double with 13 points and 10 assists and only 2 turnovers. Over Nash into Grant. Foul.
See, Mobley is such a tough low-post player. Normally, Raja Bell plays him.
Right.
But Raja Bell is sliding over to play Sam Cassell to try to cool him down. So now they're going to go to Mobley in the post against Steve Nash. So Steve Nash is going to have to guard somebody down on that low post. And if they give help, and that's where Romanovich steps up and shoots the ball, Mobley, maybe Cassell, Elton Brand's got a chance if he makes these 2 free throws to cut this lead down to 3.
Thomas has picked up his 5th personal foul for the Phoenix Suns. The Suns, Doug, have only taken 11 free throw attempts tonight. That was the 24th free throw attempt for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I remember now, the Suns in the regular season set a record for fewest free throws attempts in a game at 18. They only made about 14 a game. So the best free throw shooting team in the league that shot the fewest in the history of the league.
But they're averaging 24 in this series. Jack Nicholson with the director, James Brooks. This is as good as it gets. Nash, Barry, rejected by Brand. Another block shot. Brand has 4 block shots tonight.
Well, the Clippers are the #1 shot blocking team in the league. We heard Craig Sager's report at halftime. He told Elton Brand, you've only got 1 foul. Clog up that lane and start blocking shots.
Patino Mobley. Brand with another rebound. He's got 12 and fouled inside by Raja Bell. So Brand is picking up momentum. We've told you about Cassell in the second half and 4 fouls on Bell.
Look at Elton Brand react. He goes over to guard Steve Nash and then comes back. Look at him. I'd say you think of the history of the NBA, the great shot blockers block shots with their left hand, and then they keep the ball in play like Bill Russell was a master at doing and get his team to possession rather than knocking the ball out of bounds.
I'll tell you another guy who was good at that was Moses Malone, who is in the audience tonight. One of the top 50 ever to play the game.
Moses looks great. The crowd gave him a tremendous ovation tonight.
Elton Brand is 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
Boy, 2 big misses there would have brought the lead down to 1.
That's the third turnover by Steve Nash tonight, and only the 14th in this semifinal Western Conference Series.
Remember now, Phoenix only has won one game all year, 3 points or less, and that happened to be Game 3 when they won 94-91 on Nash's jump shot.
Thomas on Brand. Mobley. Brand with the rebound. And another foul. But this time it's on the Clippers.
Elton Brand over the back.
He's got 2.
Not on the penalty yet, though, so Suns are going to take the ball out. Let's see where they're going to try to go get a basket here. Steve Nash has got to try to get Sean Livingston off him. Livingston is out there defensively. See if they go back to that screen roll with Nash and Bell.
The ball then torn away by Radmanovich with under a minute to play in regulation. For the tie, Cassell. Clippers have it. Fresh shot clock. A full 24 seconds on the shot clock. Livingston will inbound. Cassell. A wide open 3 for the tie. Sam Cassell. At the other end, Sean Marion. And a foul called on Elton Brand. And Marion crashing hard to the floor.
Incredible set play run by the Clippers. And Mike Dunleavy drew it up perfectly. Cassell slides out behind the three-point line, ties it. More importantly here, look how quickly it happened. Watch Elton Brand screen here on Barbosa. Just absolutely stands him straight up. And cold-blooded Sam Cassell knocks it down. And then they inbounds quickly. Watch this pass of Nash. It's like he's in his backyard here playing. He slings it underhanded. And Marion tries to dunk the ball and is fouled by Elton Brand. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He already has a mouse over that left eye. We got cracked the other night with about 10 seconds to go, got 4 stitches. So now he's going to have to step up and try to make 2 free throws to give his team the lead.
Last time the Phoenix Suns stood at the free throw line came at 6:22 in the second quarter. They've gone the entire second half without taking 1 single free throw until now. Marion 2 of 2. Remember, this is the #1 free throw shooting team in terms of percentage in the regular year.
It's interesting. See who the Clippers have brought in. They've brought Kaman in for rebounding, Singleton in, who's not played for rebounding, Mobley and Livingston, so you know they're going to call a timeout after this.
Rebound by Livingston. Clippers use their last timeout.
Can the Suns get a stop and find a way to win this game to make it 3-2, or will the Clippers take a 3-2 lead with a chance to go back and close it out Thursday for Game 6?
Even a Laker fan is going to like this one. Suns led by 5 with 3.5 to play. Clippers have scored the last 5 to force the tie.
How about the finishes we had last night? Cleveland and Detroit, San Antonio, and Dallas, now LA and Phoenix.
Radmanovich, Mobley, Livingston, Brand, and Cassell. Clipper 5. 8 seconds. 8-second violation on the Clippers.
Oh my! You know what's amazing? Sam lost track of the fact that they took the timeout and did not move the basketball. Sam, and you know what? You should have seen the smile on his face when he was bringing the ball up the floor, looking at Raja Bell. Look at him smiling. Look at Raja Bell, and watch his smile turn to a frown real quick. Like, what happened? That's called an 8-second violation, Sam. And now Phoenix has the ball with an incredible chance. Sam Cassell made a huge mistake coming out of that timeout.
Good call by Joe DeRosa.
So all you do is limit the clock. You don't count. When it gets to 16, it's a violation.
What a huge mistake.
6-second differential, though. Clippers stop. They still got a chance to win the game. But they don't have any more timeouts, so they use their last timeout.
Suns haven't scored from the field in 3 minutes. For the lead now. He has not hit a 3-point shot since game 1.
Took that too early. Now it's 9 seconds. They can go length of the floor. I'm surprised Steve took that so quickly.
No timeouts for the Clippers. Cassell. Will he find redemption? A 3-3.
So you got to take a timeout, though. It's mismanagement of the clock. You got to time out. These are moments you got to think about what you're doing.
This is what happened to the Washington Wizards when they had 9/10 of a second remaining, and they didn't take a timeout against Cleveland in the first round.
There's about a 1.9-second differential when he gets this. You can't make these kind of mistakes. I've seen more mismanages of game situations where players just lose track of what's going on out there.
Proud to be the official bank of the Phoenix Suns. First Bank, banking for good. Member FDIC. Casino Arizona. We are your casino, Arizona. Schwartz Laser Eye Center. TeamIDoc.com. And by Jim Beam, official partner of the Phoenix Suns. Raise one to your fan family.
Here you see the overtime records for both teams. Each team to 3 timeouts in overtime. Elton Brand with 22 over Thomas.
So they don't want to double team because that frees up all kinds of other problems for the Suns, because what you do is now you lose your rebounding and give guys open shots. Sean Livingston playing in these kind of moments. There are a lot of trust by Mike Dunleavy because of his defense against Nash.
Livingston is on Nash. Shot clock at 4 for Sean Marion. Holds up an air ball. Thomas caught it with the shot block.
Tim Thomas is right now saying, I got to come up with every play I can. Walk in that locker room with a W. I do not want to have to live with that kind of mistake at the end of the quarter. Now, that's not going to cost them the game, obviously, but at least it would have given you a better chance.
There's the first field goal by the Phoenix Suns since about 3.5 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Brand again. 26.
He's putting his brand on this game right now.
25, Nash with 13.
That switch again. Nash loves to take Radmanovich off the dribble.
Another 3, Marion. We just could not watch him drain. From above the arc as Cassell goes flying into the crowd.
Sean Marion now 0 for 4 from behind that three-point line. Going into the game tonight, he was 3 for 17, so he's 3 for 21 now. Okay, Mike Dunleavy will live with all those three-point shots from Sean Marion. Two-man basketball, that's all you're going to see the rest of the game is Cassell and Brand.
Mobley comes up with the Cassell. Rebound by Bell, triggers it out to Nash.
Sean Livingston is really doing a good job on Steve Nash.
Rebound by Radmanovich. Nash now well over 40 minutes for this game. He has been averaging more minutes in this series than he had in the regular season in the first round against the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's what play they're running here. A little two-man game. Brand. Cassell, I think it's going to be a loose ball foul on Mobley, but the Suns, all they're going to see right now is a steady diet of Cassell Brand and Cassell Brand. They're two best players in a two-man game.
Mobley picks up his second personal foul with the Clippers on top by 2. Suns had a 19-point lead earlier in the game. Clippers have led by 7. That was real early in the game. Radmanovich walked it away. Shot clock at 15.
This has really turned into a defensive struggle. I thought it was going to be a 120-point game, but the defense has really closed down late in the last 6-8 minutes of that fourth period and now into the overtime.
The clock at 4. Bell for 3.
That was an amazing shot. Cassell had a hand in his face. There's nothing more you could do about that.
1:30 7-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. Bell with the steal.
What a great play.
Nash with three. Radmanovic the rebound.
That's a good three, though. Steve Nash, that would have been a big shot for them. He walked into that nicely.
Eli Berry can't buy a three-point basket.
Bell, Sam Cassell. How about this? Great defender, terrific offensive player. Sean Marion with a big rebound.
Marion has 17 rebounds, 30 points. Bell, Thomas, open for three. Rebound by Livingston. It goes on Barbosa for the Phoenix Suns and hit with his third foul.
Raja Bell. Now watch Sam Cassell here at the last minute close in on this shot. Get a hand up. Look at this. That is a contested shot. That is terrific defense. That's just a big time pressure shot.
The screen deflected by Sean Marion.
I said this Raja Bell, man, he's earned a lot of respect throughout these playoffs. I know he got lost his cool against Kobe Bryant in that Game 5 when he clotheslined him. His team bailed him out in Game 6. But he has been maybe their best player throughout this series against the Clippers, averaging 23 points a game going into tonight's game.
11 seconds remaining on the shot clock, now down to 7. It's a foul. It's away from the ball. It's on Tim Thomas. Thomas is gone. Finishing with 25 points and only 4 rebounds.
Now who is Mike D'Antoni going to go with? Who's going to guard Elton Brand? He's going to come back obviously with Diaw, I would think. I don't know who else he could put in the game. Diaw's been sitting on the bench a long time. Let's watch this play. Elton Brand gets his arm up and pushes him into Cassell. They're going to actually call the foul against Elton Brand. So it wasn't on the screen against Cassell. They ruled that Tim Thomas hooked Elton Brand before they ran into the pick.
Right.
Boris Diaw is coming into the game now. He's been sitting a long time. He's got to be aggressive, though. He's got to come back in and give them another primary offensive player.
So to clarify, Tim Thomas did pick up the foul. He's got 6. He is gone.
Remember now, Elton Brand missed 2 in a row in the fourth quarter free throws. So the Suns would rather have him shooting than Cassell.
That ties it. 1:12 left in overtime here in Phoenix in Game 5.
Well, Elton Brand's thinking about the line here. He's got a chance to give his team a 1-point lead. Phoenix obviously drawing something up in this timeout. Trying to figure out a way to get Sean Livingston off of Steve Nash so he could maybe make a play. Raja Bell has been terrific at his shooting. Tim Thomas out of the game now. Boris Diaw is going to have to come in now. He's been sitting for a while. He's going to have to come in now and play well for them. But how about the stakes that's right now on the line, Kevin? Tie game, minute 12 to go. Clippers looking, if they win this game, they've got a chance to go back to the Staples Centers on Thursday, close this out, and who would have ever thought the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals? That's what they're looking at right now. The Suns wanting to hold on, go up 3-2 with a chance to go back for a Game 6. So that's what's on the line here during this game right now with a minute 12 to go.
Elton Brand has scored every point in overtime for the Los Angeles Clippers. 19th lead change. Clippers by 1.
Quentin Ross in the game now actually guarding Nash. Livingston is guarding Barbosa. Get the switch they want, so now Nash can go against Radmanovic.
Nash, nobody home. He thought Diaw would move. He did not. And it's a turnover, the 4th turnover by Steve Nash tonight with his 11 assists.
See, Ross was in for defense, and now he goes out. Here's Cassell back in. But Elton Brand back there guarding the basket. Steve Nash, no place to go. Very costly turnover.
Cassell for a 3-point lead.
Sam Cassell, what he's done his entire career.
He's got 28. He had 5 at halftime. Nash by 2 defenders. 1-point game.
Now 7.5-second differential. The Suns do not have to foul. They get a stop here. They get a chance to win the basketball game.
Brand guarded by Marion. Shot clock is down to 7. Intercepted by Barbosa. Now Nash. Clippers have a foul to give. And a foul called on Bell with 3.6 seconds to play.
Now 2 costly turnovers by Steve Nash. And this is, again, what the Clippers have done over the last few games. When he's gotten around the basket, they've maintained their discipline. And usually it's Elton Brand back there trying to block the shot. There he is once again. The pass in congestion picked off. Penny Marshall obviously very, very happy, but still a lot of time. Remember, the Suns are the #1 3-point shooting team in the NBA. So even if this free throw is made, they're only down 3, and the Suns have a timeout.
The Clippers still have a foul to give.
Which is big.
Absolutely. Cassell tonight from the free throw line for a foul. He's got 30, a 25-point second half in overtime by Sam Cassell.
Well, we talked about Cassell and Elton Brand being the 2.
18-point lead in the third quarter, chiseling away at the Los Angeles Clippers, tying it at the end of regulation at 101. What a great combined effort from Brand and Sam Cassell in this game.
Well, they've combined for 58 points. They have all the points in overtime. Now, remember, they have a foul to give, but you got to be very careful that you don't give it to a guy who's catching and shooting and give up 3 free throws. You got to do it with a guy dribbling the basketball and be very, very careful. I'm sure they would love somehow to free up Raja Bell. Actually, Daniel Ewing is in the game here for his first action.
Diao to inbound, guarded by Mobley. Timeout.
How about Mike Dunleavy? Walter McCarty's in the game for the first time for defensive purposes, and Daniel Ewing, a rookie, to go along with Sean Livingston, Mobley, and Quentin Ross. All guys that can switch on the perimeter on any kind of action.
Diao to inbound. Bell for the top.
This is the guy, if you're Mike Dunleavy, that you do not want to get your hands on the ball. Daniel Ewing is over. He's got his hands up. Raja Bell has been spectacular. These first rounds of the playoffs may be as good as I've seen in a long, long time.
Raja Bell has gone 5 of 6 above the three-point arc tonight after he hit 7 in Game 4 on Sunday.
And Kevin, I'm sure everybody's saying, well, why not foul? Because you run the risk of he did not take a dribble. And if you reach out and grab him and he acts like he's in his shooting motion, now you run the risk of giving 3 free throws. That's why in many instances, coaches don't take that foul.
Raja Bell played last season with the Utah Jazz. Before that, he had floated around the NBA. And before that, he had played in minor league basketball around the country. Got his first taste of the NBA with the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2001 season. He was part of that finals team with Philadelphia. His first assignment guarding Kobe Bryant. Known for his defense, but his shooting, especially in this second round, has been absolutely fantastic.
Well, he and Tim Thomas, 10 of 14 tonight. The rest team 0 of 11. Now, Mike Dunleavy and Mike D'Antoni, 2 of the best coaches in the business, drawing up plays in this kind of situation. Let's see if Mike Dunleavy can get his team an open look at the basket to win the game.
Livingston to inbound. To Brand, who looked like he was held. Out of bounds it goes. The Suns will get it.
See what they were looking for there. They ran an action, and they got the guy fronting the post, and they were going to try to throw over Sean Marion's head, and the ball goes out of bounds. No timeouts left here, or otherwise the Suns could take timeout and move the ball up, so they have no timeouts here. See if they can throw the ball ahead and get a shot. This has been some kind of wild finish.
Diao to inbound. Marion, good if it goes. We go to our second overtime.
Wow.
Livingston has it for the Los Angeles Clippers. Series tied at 2. This is game 5. Elton Brand, who's got 28. Rebound by Sean Marion as he inhales his 18th rebound tonight.
He also got hit on that eye that's got those 4 stitches, but no time to worry about the blood right now. Worry about that after you get to game 6.
Diao to Nash. Nash against Livingston. Shot clock is down to 5.
Diao's got to look for his shot. Look at a violation.
It's a 2. Shot clock violation.
Boris Diaw set out for a while, and right now he's not looking for his shot. Tonight he's 4 of 8. When that shot comes up to the top there, he's got to take that.
That's the first shot clock violation of this series. This is game 5. Clippers to inbound. Livingston uncovered.
So they're going to double off of him. He's out there for defensive purposes, but will he be an offensive liability? Now you can double down on Elton Brand and make him be the guy to shoot the ball.
Livingston is only 1 of 4. Diao double. Marion rejected by Brand and fouled by Elton Brand of the Los Angeles Clippers. He's got 4. Sean Marion will be at the free throw line where tonight he is 2 of 4. 30 points and 19 rebounds.
I don't think the Suns have made a free throw since the second quarter, have they?
Marion had 2 misses, remember, in that fourth quarter. 2 key free throw misses in the fourth. They went the entire second half without a free throw until very, very late in the fourth quarter.
Well, you're going to see again a steady diet of Sam Cassell and Elton Brand. The help is going to come from Diao trying to double team off of Sean Livingston. Make somebody else take shots.
Where's Cassell with 30, now 32. He had 5 at halftime.
See, he dips that shoulder and he fades away on you. Just enough contact not to get the foul and create space for that jump shot.
Nash to Boris Diaw. Slammed in by Sean Marion. Diaw hit the deck hard, but Marion twisting his ankle. And now it's 5-on-4 the other way. The foul by Nash. Marion, as you can see, in extreme pain.
Usually when you see that, it means he landed on somebody's foot. I haven't seen it, but on the offensive rebound, let's watch to see if he lands on somebody's foot. Right there. Looks like he didn't roll it as much as almost like he jammed it.
His left foot.
But always it happens. You come down on somebody's foot.
You saw it with Sam Cassell in Game 4 Sunday in Los Angeles. We see it tonight in Game 5 in Phoenix with Sean Marion. There's a timeout. And the Suns lead. His ankle being looked at. We talked about Cassell and Marion, how they were instrumental for both their teams tonight. And sure enough, they have been spectacular in every regard.
Well, Game 3, Sean Marion had 32 points and 19 rebounds. Tonight, 34 and 20. Looks like he retaped his ankle I'm sure that'll be very sore tomorrow, but not as sore if you get the win. And they desperately need him because without Tim Thomas, they don't have any big guys they can put in the game. And Sam Cassell has been brilliant. There's Robert Sarver, the owner of the Phoenix Suns. He came over and asked me what happened. And I said he just looked like he jammed his ankle.
So they've retaped it, and here comes Sam Cassell. Shot clock is down to 4. Livingston against the newly instated James Jones. Rebound by Steve Nash. 3-on-2 the other way. It's Bell who tied it up with that 3 at the end of overtime. Jones for 3. Picked up by Brand.
You think that wouldn't have been a big shot for James Jones? Greg Sager talked about making 153s yesterday before he could leave the gym.
He's 0 of 5 tonight. Cassell for 3. Rebound Nash. Bell for 3. And look at Jones. Doug, you've had him pinned since early on as a guy who was so aggressive, even with his shot not falling.
Now, Sean Marion's going to come back in the game. Let's see if he comes in for James Jones.
Livingston picked up his 4th personal foul. There goes Jones. Here comes Marion. Let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, we had it right. Sean Marion did not twist his ankle. He just came down hard on it. It caused a little twinge pain. He came to the bench, only talked to the trainer, Aaron Nelson. Dr. Tom Carter, the doctor, was right by there. Aaron said, no, he's all right. We'll just retape it.
He's back on the floor. Is 3 of 11. Nash is 7 of 17. Bell is 8 of 13. And a foul. It goes on Cassell.
Roger Bell is one tough customer. Interesting.
Well, he kind of got Cassell at his own game with that lean in and the fake.
And you know, he was, when they signed him, they went to talk to him about coming and being the defensive stopper to play against Manu Ginobili and to play against Kobe Bryant and the guys you're going to have to play in the Western Conference to be where you are right now in these playoffs. And interestingly enough, he's been their best offensive player in the series. He was the leading scorer on the team going in to the game tonight in this series at over 22 a game. Tonight, he has 21.
Last 10 minutes of the game, the lead has been no larger than 3 points each way. Phoenix Suns lead by 2. Sean Marion tweaked his ankle a couple minutes ago, but he's back on the floor. Tim Thomas is fouled out for Phoenix. He misses 3-point shooting. Raja Bell is at the free throw line for the Suns. And we've got a 2-point game with 2:01 to play in our second OT.
Got to step up and make these free throws now, Kevin. Every point is precious. At this point in time, he missed the first one. He got that one to go.
2 to play and a 3-point Phoenix lead. Clippers in the second overtime have gone 0 of 5 from the field. The double team Brand.
Oh, he stepped right through that double team. Just got his shoulder squeezed through it. Mike D'Antoni is saying, guys, you got to squeeze the double team. You go shoulder to shoulder. Don't let him step through. You can't give him any space.
Brand has 30 points and 14 rebounds tonight. Here comes Steve Nash. Barbosa an open 3. Again, Marion is there. Brand his own miss, and up and down, count it for 2 and a foul. Brand grabbed his 15th rebound, put in his 32nd point.
Well, Mike D'Antoni would have hoped that first one went. If that would have only been 2, this is a possible 3-point play now. Misses the first one, and as Sam Cassell affectionately calls Elton Brand our horse. We're going to ride our horse. Well, they're doing it right now.
The 17th free throw taken by Elton Brand tonight. And he makes his 13th of the evening, his 33rd point. Overshoots Marion. It's out of bounds. It's off Mobley. The shot clock at 13. The big clock at 1:11. No fouls to give either way with 1:11 to play in our second overtime. Rand's got 33. Marion's got 34. It's Steve Nash. Drop pass inside, caught by Sean Marion.
Sean Marion's just gutting this game out. It's just absolutely.
Each team has a timeout. No fouls to give either way. Approaching 1 minute to play in our second overtime.
Now, you don't need a three-point shot unless absolutely have a double team that's wide open.
Rand is double. Mobley. Barbosa grabs the rebound. Livingston grabs Barbosa. Livingston's got 5 personal fouls and 52 seconds to play in our second overtime.
And Barbosa, the 4th best shooter in the playoffs this year at 94% going into the game tonight. No, Kevin, you know what I was just thinking here? You know, if you're Phoenix and you can win this game tonight, you might be saying, you know what, let's just forfeit game 6 and wait a week here and play game 7. Like, you know, there's no need to go. We're worn out. Let's get a week's rest and play game 7. I don't think that the commissioner would like that. But they might need a week's rest to be able to play a game 7 if they need it.
The Suns' biggest lead since 3.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Cassell's got 32 points. Livingston is 1 of 5. Stepped out of bounds. Livingston steps out of play with 42 seconds left.
Kevin, remember going into the second overtime, I said the team that makes the fewest mistakes, the team that executes under fatigue. Well, the Clippers are making all the mistakes. John Livingston steps out of bounds. They've had a couple loose ball fouls. And the Suns have been able to come down and hit the shots that they've needed to take a 5-point lead. Game far from being over. We've seen crazier things happen. Remember, the Suns blew a 5-point lead with 12.6 seconds to go in Game 4 against the Lakers.
Cassell is out right now. Ross is back in. Barbosa loses the ball with 7 seconds on the shot clock and 24.8 to play in our second OT.
See Billy Crystal there looking on. Thought they had the game in their pocket up 3. So Roger Bell knocks it down. Jack Nicholson. Now, if you're LA right now, you just need a score. I mean, if you take a wild 3 and miss it, the game is over because you're going to have to foul. So you have to get a score on this possession, go for a steal, and then get a foul. And then hope you can make some things happen. But you don't necessarily need a 3 that's highly contested. Kevin, if you miss it, the game will be over because you'll have to foul. So you need a score here.
The game is approaching 3 hours and 20 minutes in our second overtime. Radmanovic, Cassell, who's played 48 minutes, a 3 over Bell. Rebound by Nash. And a foul called on the Clippers, and that may do it. Nash will go to the line for only the second time tonight. He's got 15 points and 13 assists. Right now, things are pointing to Phoenix taking a 3-2 lead.
I just saw Raja Bell go over to the bench, and the first guy to greet and hug him was Tim Thomas. He ran out and gave him a hug. You know, it was interesting. Tim Thomas saved Raja Bell with the 3 when he was suspended.
Right.
And he saved him tonight with the 3 when he made the mental mistake. That's what called being a teammate is.
Nash hits the first, drains the second. No timeouts remaining for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's Livingston. Radmanovic. 3. Rebound Diaw. We move to Los Angeles. It'll be game 6. And the Phoenix Suns lead it 3-2, winning in double overtime tonight.
Kevin, these Suns are a resilient group of guys. This has to be a very, very bitter loss for the Clippers. It looked like they were going to go up 3-2. But how many times in the playoffs have we seen the Suns look like they're totally out of it and find a way to win the game? Sean Marion was magnificent.
Thanks for joining us for another great Suns Day Classic brought to you by Kia, proud partner of the Phoenix Suns. Give it everything. Come back next week as we have another thrilling night in store. Game 5 of the 1993 first-round series against the Los Angeles Lakers. Barkley, KJ and company fulfill Paul Westfall's guarantee. Stay tuned now for our post-game show with special guest, the Blur, Leandro